Discover the simple secret Japanese elders use to regain strong, resilient leg strength at home after 50. Have you ever stood up from a chair and thought, when did this get so hard? Maybe you've noticed you need to push off with your hands now, or stairs have become something you avoid, or you're secretly worried about falling. But here's what's really frustrating. Everything you've been told to do about it doesn't seem to work. A recent study from one of Japan's top universities revealed that a 300-year-old samurai practice, 5 minutes a day, no equipment, built 26% more leg strength than conventional workouts. And here's the kicker. It works because you're doing the movement wrong on purpose. Peer-reviewed research published in August 2025 in the Tohoku Journal of Experimental Medicine confirms that this isn't just some ancient wisdom that might work. It's a real study with real participants providing real measurements that predict whether you'll maintain your independence after 50. The data doesn't lie and is making a lot of people in the fitness industry ask some uncomfortable questions. Like, why are we selling expensive gym memberships and equipment when body weight movements work better? Why are we teaching people to squat with a forward lean when keeping the trunk vertical builds more strength? And why has no one been talking about knee extension strength? For decades, Western fitness has operated on a simple business model. Convince people they need more. More equipment, more complexity, more time, more money. But this study proves the opposite. Less equipment, less time, simpler movements, better results. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what this practice is, why it works better than what you've been taught, and how you can start today with nothing but a chair. We'll cover the 3 principles that make this method so effective. Then I'll demonstrate the 2 movements with modifications for every ability level. And finally, I'll explain the fascinating biomechanics of why doing things the wrong way actually builds more strength. But before we dive in to talk about what this practice actually is and why researchers decided to study it in the first place, drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. So what is Rei-ho? Rei-ho means etiquette method in Japanese. Etiquette, not exercise. For over 300 years, samurai practiced these movements as part of their daily discipline. When they sat down, they moved slowly and deliberately. When they stood up, they kept their back perfectly straight. When they walked, every step was intentional. They weren't trying to build muscle, they were practicing respect and self-control. But here's what's interesting. Elderly Japanese people who maintained these traditional practices, sitting in seiza, the formal kneeling position, practicing proper etiquette, had noticeably stronger legs than their Western counterparts of the same age. Researchers started asking, is this just genetics? Is it diet? Or could these cultural practices actually be functional strength training disguised as etiquette? So they designed a study to find out. They recruited adults and split them into 2 groups. The training group performed a simple 5-minute routine, 10 to 12 slow squats and 10 slow sit-to-stand movements, at least 4 days a week. Here's what made it different from normal exercise. The movements were performed at about 1/5 the normal speed. After 3 months, they measured knee extension strength, the force your quadriceps can generate to straighten your knee. The training group improved by 25.9%. The control group, who just continued their normal activities, improved by 2.5%. Let me put that in perspective. Most traditional strength training programs for seniors, the ones with resistance bands, weight machines, and 30-minute sessions, show improvements of around 10 to 15% over 3 months. This 5-minute routine more than doubled those results. Now you might be thinking, what's so special about knee extension strength? It's the single best predictor of whether you'll maintain your independence as you age. Knee extension strength is what you use every time you stand up from a chair, climb stairs, walk uphill, or catch yourself from falling. When it's strong, these activities are easy. When it declines, everything becomes harder. You start using your hands to push yourself up. Stairs become a challenge. Your walking speed slows, and most critically, your fall risk skyrockets. Research shows that weak knee extensors are directly linked to falls. And falls are the leading cause of injury-related deaths in adults over 65. So, when this study showed a 26% improvement in knee extension strength from just 5 minutes a day, it wasn't just about getting stronger. It was about maintaining independence, preventing falls, and staying confident in your ability to move through the world. The secret isn't just moving slowly. It's moving in a way that every fitness trainer would tell you is wrong. Walk into any gym and ask a trainer how to squat. They'll tell you to lean your trunk forward, hinge at the hips, sit back like you're sitting in a chair, and use your whole body. It feels natural and efficient, but that efficiency reduces the workload on your leg muscles and limits strength gains. Rei-ho does the opposite. It makes the movement deliberately inefficient to maximize muscle activation. This approach is grounded in science and follows 3 core principles that together create powerful strength adaptations, especially in the quadriceps, the muscles critical for knee extension. Principle 1, vertical trunk position. Instead of leaning forward, keep your trunk as vertical as possible throughout the movement. Your back stays straight, as if pulled upward by a string. This isolates your quadriceps, forcing them to generate nearly 100% of the force needed to lift your body weight without help from your glutes, hamstrings, or back muscles. Scientifically, this isolation targets the muscle group responsible for straightening your knee, essential for standing, walking, and fall prevention. Traditional squats with forward lean distribute the work, which diminishes quadriceps activation and resulting strength gains. Principle 2, controlled slowness. Rei-ho uses slow, deliberate movement, about 4 to 5 seconds to stand, and the same to sit or squat. This controlled pace creates high time under tension, the total duration muscles work during exercise. At roughly 10 seconds of continuous contraction per repetition, muscle fibers are challenged to sustain force for an extended period, which is a key driver of muscle strengthening. Rapid movements rely on momentum and reduce muscle load duration, limiting strength adaptation. By contrast, slow, sustained contractions increase muscle fatigue and trigger greater growth and endurance, especially important for seniors seeking safe yet effective strength training. Principle 3, mindful precision. Zanshin, meaning remaining mind, emphasizes full presence and awareness during each repetition. You pause at the bottom of each movement, eliminating the bounce reflex and momentum, making every lift start from a dead stop. This maximizes muscle work and minimizes injury risk. Mindfulness also helps monitor form and joint comfort, distinguishing between productive muscle fatigue and harmful joint pain. This conscious control ensures every repetition is both safe and effective, which is crucial for older adults or those with existing conditions. Together, these principles harness biomechanics and exercise physiology to create a routine that builds functional leg strength safely and efficiently. Strengthening the quadriceps with this method supports knee extension, which is directly linked to improved mobility, fall prevention, and independence in aging adults. Additionally, the slow, focused movements enhance proprioception, your body's ability to sense its position in space, improving balance and coordination and further reducing fall risk. Understanding these principles and the science behind Rei-ho clarifies why this wrong way of moving is actually the right way to regain and maintain leg strength after 50. This simple, effective routine requires only 2 movements, totaling 20 to 22 repetitions in about 5 minutes. You'll need one essential item, a sturdy chair without arms, stable enough not to slide. If your chair has the wheels, lock them or choose a different chair. Safety always comes first. Movement 1. Rei-ho sit to stand. Start seated with your feet together, facing straight ahead and flat on the floor. If your feet don't reach comfortably, the chair is too high. Use a lower chair or remove cushions. Place your hands on your thighs or cross them over your chest. Do not push off with your hands or arm rests. This movement relies solely on leg strength. Before starting, take a breath and set your posture. Sit up tall, engage your core slightly, and feel your weight evenly distributed across both feet. Slowly stand up while keeping your trunk as vertical as possible. Push through your heels in the middle of your feet. Count slowly to 5 seconds as you rise and should be fully standing at the count of 5. Pause at the top for one full breath to eliminate momentum and prepare for the descent. Then slowly lower yourself back down with control, taking 5 full seconds. Avoid dropping into the chair. Instead, imagine lowering yourself onto something fragile. That's 1 repetition. Repeat for 10 reps. Don't forget to always keep your trunk vertical. Don't use momentum or rocking. Breathe naturally and remember to keep your knees aligned with your toes without collapsing inward. If you're a beginner or someone with significant leg weakness, you can use a higher chair or add cushions to reduce the distance when lifting your body. Lightly touching a countertop or sturdy table for balance is allowed, but avoid pushing off with your hands. For a standard challenge, use a regular dining chair with no hand support. Advanced users can increase difficulty by using a lower chair or removing cushions to increase the range of motion. Movement 2. Rei-ho squat. Stand with your feet together, arms at your sides or crossed over your chest. When learning, extending your arms forward can help with balance. Keep your trunk vertical, take a breath and engage your core before beginning. Slowly bend your knees, pushing them forward while keeping your trunk upright. Unlike traditional squats, the knees move forward and your heels may lift slightly off the ground. This is expected. Lower as far as comfortable, ideally until your thighs are parallel to the ground, but only as deep as you can maintain the vertical trunk without pain. Count slowly to 5 as you lower, pause for a full breath at the bottom, feeling your quadriceps contract, then slowly press through the balls of your feet to straighten your legs over 5 seconds. Keep the trunk vertical throughout. That's 1 repetition. Repeat 10 to 12 times. Avoid leaning forward, knees collapsing inward, bouncing at the bottom, or going deeper than comfortable, which causes joint pain rather than muscle fatigue. If you're a beginner, hold on to stable supports like countertops or railings and reduce depth to 6 to 8 inches, still gaining strength benefits from controlled movement and posture. Those with knee pain or arthritis can take even shallower squats, prioritizing control and vertical trunk position. If feet together feel unstable, widening your stance slightly is fine. Intermediate users can squat to standard depth with minimal support. Advanced users aim for full depth squats with feet together and no support. Here are some safety considerations that you would want to bear in mind. Always start with beginner modifications, regardless of perceived strength, to master form, especially the vertical trunk position, before advancing. Stop immediately if sharp joint pain occurs and consult a healthcare provider. Muscle fatigue is expected. Joint pain is a warning. Those with pre-existing knee, hip, or balance issues should seek medical advice before starting. Your complete routine consists of 10 sit-to-stands followed by 10 to 12 squats, performed slowly and deliberately over about 5 minutes. Do this at least 4 days a week. Daily practice is acceptable but not necessary for significant results. Best times are mornings after light warm-up or evenings before dinner. Avoid times when joints are stiff or when overly fatigued. If you're thinking this sounds too simple to work, remember, simple doesn't mean ineffective. The Tohoku University study proved it with rigorous scientific methodology. Start tomorrow, find a sturdy chair, set aside 5 minutes. Do your 10 sit-to-stands and 10 to 12 squats. Measure your progress over 3 months. Can you stand up from a chair without using your hands? Can you climb stairs more easily? Do you feel more stable and confident? Has your fear of falling decreased? Those are the real measures of success. You're not just exercising, you're practicing a form of movement wisdom that has kept people strong and independent for centuries. Hey, don't forget to drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If you found this research-based approach helpful, subscribe to Fit Ninja so you don't miss our next videos.